people in the world. There's enough room.
Yeah. So I mean, because both of us come of the Christian faith, there's something that I tend to find quite a lot within the community, and that's this misunderstanding of money and trying to attain money. Because I come from a massive church, and there's loads of entrepreneurs there. There's loads of people that are doing big stuff. But whenever you talk to the slightly older generation, there's always this kind of like, I don't know how to describe this relationship between money and business. It's like it's almost seen as a sin. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. What would you say to that?
I get it. I get it a lot. I go to different churches. I speak at different churches pre-COVID. I speak to lots of youth groups. That's my passion, empowering Christians and saying, look, do you know what? The love of money, big difference, as opposed to what they think is money. It's the love of money is the root. But then you've got to also flip it on the head and ask yourself one simple question. As a Christian, you are called to have impact. You're called to be more, do more, and give more. Mr. Man, if you don't have money in your pocket, how much impact are you going to have? And this is an argument I have with many people. And they say, well, it's not just money. I'm saying, well, no, number one, it is money. Because how different would it be if you could go to anyone on the street right now and say, I feel that God is calling me to help you. I understand you might have a financial difficulty. Here is money. Solve your situation out. How easy is it to go to someone on the street that's homeless and stop them from being homeless by being able to buy a house or rent a house and change their life and attribute it to God? So we've got to come out of this nonsense. A lot of us within the Christian faith act like that because we don't have the ability to make money ourselves. So it's easier to hide under that guise of how can you be chasing money?
Like this weird full sense of virtue that to be poor is to be like pure. And
I believe the lack of money is the root of all evil. I fundamentally believe that because I think being poor, now again, don't judge me, guys. I'm only talking about the people who decide to be poor. I think it's selfish. I think it's one of the most selfish things you can ever do by being poor, because you can't have any impact. You can help someone, but you can't have major impact. The truth is this: would you rather help one person or have the capacity to help 1,000 people? Would you rather help just one? It's a touchy subject, and I get it, but you've got to look at it from where the person's heart is. Yes, they mean well, but the truth is this: would you rather have more impact? And every single person would say yes. Does it cost money to have impact? Yes, it does. And you will never hear one of the pastors or pastors who are wealthy tell people not to actively pursue money for the greater good and for the kingdom. It makes no sense. Yes, some people will say because they want tithe and they want offering, but the reality is this: tithe and offering and money that's given to churches have impact on our community and society.
Definitely.
So people need to get serious, get more money so you can have more, be more, and do more. Stop making excuses. Anyone that makes excuses is because of how they feel on the inside. No person that's ever made money and wealthy is going to say, do you know what? Nah, I don't want this money because it does more damage. The truth is, even if you don't want the money that you've acquired, you can give it to someone else and you can change their life. So again, I know where I would rather be. I would rather be someone with money than not having money and complaining about it.
Yeah, and I think the issue is that, I mean, to me, when I look at money in general, I first look at internally. So I look at family. It's like, what sort of life do I want for my kids? What sort of life do I want for my wife? Like, what type of household do I want? Do I want us to have choices? Do I want us to have options? Or are we going to be restricted by the constraints of our finances? So, oh, kids, we can't go on holiday this year because daddy and mommy don't have any money, or we can't send you to the best schools to give you the best opportunities in life. Like, we can't give you the type of things you need in order for you to be, I mean, a step ahead in life in general. And when you look at it that way, it tends to hit home a bit more for me personally. It's like, wow, like this can truly affect you in the long run. And as long as we live in a system which requires funds to operate, you're going to have to learn.
Which we do.
Yeah, which we do.
So touching on that, sorry to interject. So touching on that, I've created a program which teaches 11-year-olds to 18-year-olds about money. Now, just going back on what you just said, there are these Christian uncles and Christian aunties, and in fact, whether they're even Christians or not, there are these adults who never understood money. And guess what they're doing? They're passing on their bad money habits to their younger kids. And you wonder why, and we call it I can't remember, but it's a staircase. You pass bad information in terms of how money is and what money is about, and money is the root of all evil, and having money is this, and don't have money is this. You pass it down to your kids, then they believe the same thing. They believe that having excess is a bad thing. So guess what they do? They blow it. They spend on silly things. Parents need to have some responsibility here. This is why, as I said, I've created this program to help young kids understand money, understand interest rates, understand inflation, understand how money can be used to make you more money, understand what tithing is, understand what giving is, understand the impact of giving and how that helps you from a business point of view, understand philanthropy, tiny little things that our parents didn't teach us. Why? Because they didn't know, because they were following this notion of money is the root of all evil. But the fact is, our parents worked significantly harder than we do. So if money is the root of all evil, but you're spending all your time working 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs, mainly most of the aunties in the church are working 3 jobs. You're working 3 jobs, but then you're saying money is the root of all evil. For goodness sake, auntie, you know what? The church needs